Hello, we're going to continue on with decimals by reviewing identifying fractions. And we're going to start with just going over some vocabulary with numerator and denominator. Numerator is the top number and denominator is the bottom number. And we're going to go over that with an example. So here I have 3/4, numerator being 3, denominator being 4, and we need to make a picture. So the denominator, or the 4, tells me with this whole how many pieces it needs to be cut into. Now, they need to be equal pieces, but I need 4 pieces in this whole. So I'm going to divide it up into 4 pieces. And now I need the numerator to tell me how many pieces I have or how many pieces are going to be shaded. So the answer is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now these match and these are equivalents. I have 3 pieces out of the possible 4 pieces in this whole, meaning I have 3/4. And we're moving on. Okay. In this example, we're going to identify the fraction by first counting or identifying how many pieces this is cut up into, just like I did with the previous one with 3/4. So we're going to start by counting. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which means I have 10 pieces in this whole. And now the numerator, or the top number here, is going to tell me how many of those pieces are shaded. So I have 1, 2. This is my fraction equivalent for that picture, so it is 2/10. And this can be simplified, but we're going to work on that in the next one. Okay, here we're going to start by identifying how many pieces this is cut up into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. Same thing. You'll notice all of them are going to be tenths. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are shaded. And like I mentioned, this can be simplified. And we're going to start by making a factor rainbow for 5 and a separate factor rainbow for 10. So we have a 5 and we have a 10. So we're going to start with 1 and 5 because 1 multiplied by 5 equals 5. And it's a prime number, so that's going to be the end of the list, and we're going to move on to 10. 1 and 10. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. And the next one is going to be 2 and 5. Now, the common factor, the one that is in both lists, is 5. You can see it is in both rainbows. So we're going to divide my fraction over here, both the top and the bottom, by 5. So divide by 5 and divide by 5 to give us our simplified fraction. If I divide, looking at the numerator, 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then 10, denominator, divided by 5 is going to equal 2. I can see that, if I need help, the other sides of my factor rainbow can help me get there because 5 divided by 5 is 1, and then 10 divided by 5 is 2. The other ends of the rainbow can be helpful. So 1/2 is going to be the simplified version of 5/10. Okay, this one is going to be a mixed number. I can see that because I have 2 pieces here and one of them is already filled up. So I'm going to start by identifying that this first one is already 10 pieces are shaded out of 10. Now that's an equivalent to 1. So, come on, up here where I'm going to do my fraction, I'm going to do 1 whole. That's 1 whole piece that is shaded. All of the pieces here are shaded in. So I'm going to move on to the fraction piece of the mixed number because a mixed number has a whole number and a fraction piece. So here's the fraction piece. So I already know that the denominator is going to be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to move on to the shaded pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my numerator. So if I put both of these pieces together, oops, let's do green, maybe. Both of these pieces together, I'm going to end up with a mixed number, which is 1 and 6/10. And I can simplify it. I won't simplify the whole piece. I only simplify the fraction piece, which is 6/10. And I can do that pretty quick. I just have to make a rainbow for 6 and a rainbow for 10. So my factors are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. And then for 10, I have 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. And then the common factor, or the number that is on both of these lists, there's only one, and it's 2. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2, divide that by 2, and the simplified fraction that I'm going to get is 1, because I don't want to forget about the whole, but then 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 1 3/5 would be the simplified version.